Hi, everybody. Well, I just wanted to say hi, happy Halloween. Everything's totally normal over here. And, well, I got a lot to catch up on, so I just thought I would say hi. Hi, Jennifer. Can you guess what I am? Okay, other than, like, crazy, you know. Anyway, so this is my costume. Well, I hope I don't have to tell you that this is my costume. My kid came home from high school, and I thought, why are you home so early? I didn't realize it was so late. And she walked in on me like this. So anyway, okay, so I have a lot to talk about. It's the last day of the month, because of course it's October 31st. I've got quite a few things to show you to catch up on. And at the end of it, I'm going to talk to the Epic Box people because I didn't do that this month and I wanted to go through it just in case, you know, you didn't use it all up. So I'll give you some ideas. How about that? Okay, so we have a tradition in our house that every year with Halloween, I make a big pot of chili in the slow cooker. And so I just use this because it's so easy. It's Cha-Cha chili mix. And really the only thing it actually calls for you to have on hand is the ground beef or chicken or whatever you want to use for your protein. Yeah, the meat, kidney beans and diced tomatoes and water. But I like to add to mine some mushrooms, and I like to add the brown baked beans. And I think that's really all I add that it doesn't call for. So yeah, I put it in a slow cooker, and I'll also be making my son's dreams come true. Excellent, excellent. With the quick biscuits, because when I make this, he goes nuts. I actually can make him get a lot of chores done if I tell him, if you do this, I'll make biscuits. And he'll zip through the whole house and get chores done. It's amazing. So biscuits saves families, just so you know. And you know, you can make them sweet or you can make them savory by putting in like making them cinnamon sugary. We'll get to that. Or you could make them like a little bit Red Lobstery with some garlic and some cheese in the biscuits. So you can jazz up the biscuits all kinds of different ways. There's my dog. Okay, totally normal around here. Okay, so I wanted to show you, I told you guys in the last live video that we had a lot of stockouts. It's gotten a lot better. We had 26 things come back into the catalog that you can order. So if you were waiting on something, maybe check it out. But this one gift set is back. It's awesome. So if you have ever had me over to your home or have met me at a class, or you are old school Epicure and happen to know what the Epicure Extraordinary Trio is, it's a hot cheese dip. And honestly, it's basically, here's the recipe. So if you buy the collection right now, it comes in a beautiful box with the recipe, and it's an awesome gift. So the thing is, to make the hot cheese dip, it's famous and it's to die for. It calls for each one a tablespoon of each CCB, which is cheese, chives, and bacon, lemon dilly, and 3 onion. And so basically, when you give them that, it's an amazing set because this can make like 50 things all at once. So 3 onion is great in hash browns, in mashed potatoes, you know, that kind of thing. CCB is really good with eggs and salads, and you know, lemon dilly is also awesome in omelets and eggs, on fish, on salmon. You know, you can, the sky's the limit, and there is a whole chart that I can even give to you to give to that person of all the uses that you could do with these 3 other than just dips, right? So it makes the extraordinary cheese dip. It makes dips individually, and you can just cook with it. For instance, like 3 onion, if you didn't have an onion and you didn't feel like chopping it up, it's great to just add a tablespoon of 3 onion into whatever you're making. So that replaces onion. One trick with it, when you make the actual recipe for the hot cheese dip, what I do is I actually make a double batch of it, and then I take my little baker dish that I'm going to be probably heating it up in. I put saran wrap inside of it, and then I put the cheese dip in it, uncooked of course, and then I wrap it up and I freeze them into pucks. So this is one batch of Extraordinary Trio, and so I freeze it, and then when I take it out, I can just plop it into the baker dish, and if it doesn't fit perfectly because it got misshapen, guess what? It's going to bake down into the dish anyways. But that's my little hack, and I love having these ready for, you know, charcuterie boards or snack night or just, you know, anything, Halloween night. But if you are a low carber, there's awesome things you can do with the Trio dip. So you can put it into mushroom caps and have stuffed mushrooms. You can totally put it in your eggs. You can use it as a spread as well for like burgers and things. It's just awesome. Breakfast sandwiches, it's ridiculous. So it's a great gift with many, many, many uses and a great introduction into Epicure. So if you've never ordered anything from Epicure, consider the Extraordinary Trio dip, okay? So nobody's gonna guess yet what I am. Okay, so that's the Extraordinary Trio dip. And then we've got a new popcorn seasoning. So in the holidays, we have always had, well, not always. The last few years have been tricky to get the creamy dill popcorn seasoning, the maple kettle corn, and then the white cheddar. Maple kettle corn, it's been hard for them to make because the maple is actually really tough to get right now. So we still have the white cheddar and we have the creamy dill, but we have a new one called churro. And if you know what a churro is, it's like a Mexican dessert. It's like a long fried bread dough. And so then they put this on it, and it's basically like a cinnamon sugar, but there's a secret ingredient in this. And I think it's a hint of cocoa powder. This is amazing. And of course, we always use organic cane sugar, and then the cinnamon and the cocoa powder. So it's ridiculous. So it's awesome on popcorn. It's awesome on pumpkin seeds. So that's what I put on my pumpkin seeds for Joey because he wanted me to roast some. And that's what's lovely about our bacon roll, either small or large, is that nothing sticks to it and it just peels away. So the cleanup, you can just wipe that little mat off, and it's great that it has the lip so that, you know, if it's something wet, it doesn't mess up underneath the pan. So I love having this sheet pan. So keep in mind the churro. Oh, someone said they put it in their pancakes, in their French toast mix. They put it on top of their lattes or their coffees. So it's a really, really good one. Okay, it's gonna be a new classic. Keep in mind that also if you're ordering, well, actually today's the last day for that. But today's the last day for, if you spend $60, you get to pick a free pack of either mac and cheese, lemon curd, or the carne guisada stew, and you would not be disappointed by any of those. I think I would probably pick the lemon curd if I was picking, because you can do a lot of awesome desserts with it, and it's a little bit more pricey. So that's a hot tip from me. Okay, like I said, lots of stuff have come back in stock. We got the Trio set back in stock. And yeah, the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was the Epic box. So I'm gonna dehorn myself. You guys know what I am? There's my, so let me put this on. Nobody's guessed yet. Nobody's guessed what I am. Okay. All right, so the Epic box, if you've lived under a rock and you haven't seen any of my lives yet, well, please don't let today be the judge of my lives, okay? This is not normal for me, just so you know. Epic boxes are a subscription box that's really awesome because they have free shipping, no tax. So if you're in Canada, it's $35 a month, and it gets billed every month on the 1st. So tomorrow, everybody who is already subscribed in October is going to get that November box. So today is actually the last day that you can sign up for the Epic box and receive the November one, okay? So if you sign up in November, it'll be okay. You'll just get the December box, okay? So what happens is you get 7 meals, you get 1 dessert, you get 1 sample, and an exclusive surprise. And this month, they surprised us with a bonus dessert for trick or treat. But on top of that, Epicure also donates 7 meals in your honor every single month that you do this. So 7 months given to food banks and food programs across North America, wherever you're at. And that's an awesome thing. So you get 7 and you give 7. So this month, Brittany, you got it. So this month we've got the Thai coconut soup. This one is like takeout. So I've talked about before, if you ever need coconut milk for a recipe, this is the best one. I get it at the superstore and it just tastes the best. Sorry to anyone who likes light coconut milk, I can't do it, but this is awesome. So it's like nice and thick and creamy. Okay, calls for sweet potatoes, baby bok choy, or you could use spinach, mushrooms, and yeah, coconut milk. And yeah, you could do tofu or you could do chicken. This one I love as it is because it's just something different. I had to take it off. It's hot. And my animals are fighting, which is awesome. Can you knock it off? Thanks. Okay, we're so serious around here, it hurts. Okay, so beef stroganoff, another awesome one. If you got ground beef and not a lot of time, this is like, we made this this month. Actually, I didn't make it, my teenager did while we were at the vets. So that's how easy it is. A teenager can whip it up for you. And it's so full of flavor. It's a hard one to photograph because it doesn't look amazing, because you know, beef stroganoff, it's kind of like that casserole kind of look, but it's full of flavor. So you can put it on egg noodles or you can do rice. Like I said, everything is always gluten-free. We have buttered chicken, and if you're a buttered chicken wimp like I am, this buttered chicken I like. So it's very mild. And I don't mean that in a heat factor, I just mean that in a spice factor. So it's extremely mild. It's more tomatoey than anything. And yeah, buttered chicken, it can go over rice, baked potato, whatever you want to do with it. But remember that it's always a, the things on the back of the pack that it tells you to do are just suggestions, okay? You can always sub things. All right, we've got enchiladas. Speaking of sub things, the package of enchiladas will actually tell you to make the protein for this, black beans, which is great. You can totally do this and do it vegan, but you can forget the black beans if you want to and use some leftover cooked chicken, okay? So you basically make the sauce, which is just tomato paste, this, and water. That's it, so cheap. And then you can put it in your cooked chicken mix, put a little corn in, frozen corn if you want, and then you stuff the tortilla, wrap them up, put them in the pan, throw the rest of the sauce on because it's half and half in, half out, and then cheese on top, and you bake. So I actually like getting a rotisserie chicken at the store and just shredding it up and using it in the enchiladas. So it's a quick and easy, inexpensive meal. Then we've got the tropical pineapple chicken. So the veggies are all, what do we say, suggestions. But we've got chicken breasts, bell pepper, a small red onion, sugar snap peas, and you can use a can of pineapple, and the seasoning. And you just toss it onto a sheet pan and bake it for 20 minutes, and that's it. So you can serve it over rice or make a wrap, whatever you like. So this is an awesome one with lots of veggies. Chop salad, it's so good. And so the thing with this is, it's nice to have, it's a great winter salad. So you just have a little honey mustard, olive oil, and water. Basically, it makes the dressing for the salad. And everything in the salad, like chicken, chickpeas, bell pepper, and corn, you can use frozen corn, and feta. They're all readily available at Always. So it's nice because you know how things go in and out of season? This one you can always make, and it's relatively inexpensive. Okay, then you always get a sample pack with the guacamole. This is this month's, And then we had 2 desserts. So that's a bonus for Halloween. We got the True North Butter Tart. And if you're gluten-free and you want to do the butter tarts, you can actually get a pack of our shortbread cookie mix, and you can make thumbprint shortbread cookies and put the butter tart on top. Or if you have our little mini bar pan, you can stuff shortbread into the pan and then pour this on top and make butter tarts with the shortbread cookie mix. Otherwise, you can just get those little tart shells and it's so easy, right? And the last one, if you have not made this one yet, is our pumpkin pie. And the one thing I wanted to tell you about this is that it's awesome if you are dairy-free and gluten-free. The recipe calls for light coconut milk, and you can totally do that. But when you make it this way, it's like a little bit like, got like almost a jello texture, so like a gelatin. It's not like a creamy kind of pumpkin pie mix, right? But that's if you're going by the directions. So instead, if you are okay with dairy, then I would suggest using either cream cheese or whipping cream instead of coconut milk for this one, okay? So yeah, all things pumpkin. You can do pumpkin pie dip mix, dips and all kinds of things. It doesn't have to be pie, but it's an awesome mix. So on that note, that was everything I wanted to talk to you about. Hopefully I wasn't too long, and happy Halloween, everybody. So we're still waiting for more stuff to come in stock, but that's what I got for today. Okay, as they come in stock, I will be coming live to you again a little bit more often, I hope, in November. Okay, bye guys, have a great night. Stay safe.